Do you really need to think of a cool intro to have for this every video? The same intro, like Nate shot today. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I used to just say what it do YouTubers and all that, and I realized that to have the same intro for every video gets a little repetitive, a little redundant, and after a while, viewers are just like, okay, I've heard this before, and it makes every video feel the same, and I don't want that here. So from now on, I'm not going to have any kind of staple intro for you guys. I'm going to make things a little bit different every time, a little bit more original and creative, whether I start with a joke or a short story, whatever the case may be. My intros will never be the same, unless I get some special effects types 30-second intro, then maybe I'll have that, but I'm not going to intro it with a staple type of statement, if you will. But what I will do is keep things different for you guys. So what we're going to talk about today, and this one, I love it, it's near and dear to my heart because I'm a comic book nerd, and that is DC is finally making some serious moves, guys, out there to build a universe in their comic book world to compete with Marvel at the box office. You know, Marvel's been very dominant at the box office with their Avengers and Iron Man series and Thor and all that. So DC's trying to do the same thing, and of course they kicked it off with the Man of Steel. Then they're doing Batman vs. Superman, leading all this up into hopefully a Justice League movie. And then now they announced in 2016 they're going to be releasing a movie called Suicide Squad. Now, Suicide Squad is very, very interesting. For those of you guys that are unaware of what the Suicide Squad is, I'll leave some links in the description below to give you a better idea after I explain it to you guys briefly here of what the Suicide Squad is. Now, the Suicide Squad is like a dark government agency, Black Ops kind of deal. It's like a SHIELD, except with the Suicide Squad, the government agency is run by a lady named Amanda Waller. She puts together the squad, which is comprised of highly skilled supervillains instead of superheroes, and they're assigned to execute like dangerous tasks and missions in exchange for, you know, shorter prison sentences, to get off the hook for a certain thing, whatever the case may be. They have them do their dirty work, and then, you know, they reward them with a lighter sentence or something like that. And they got a big cast lined up for this one. I'm very, very impressed and very surprised of the type of actors that have already signed on to do this, which means DC's taking this very, very seriously. Tom Hardy is going to be playing Rick Flag, who's a member of the Suicide Squad. Jai Courtney is going to be playing Boomerang, which is a member of the Suicide Squad. Will Smith, dude, is going to be playing Deadshot. I thought that was huge. I never thought Will Smith would be part of an ensemble cast again for a while. Because he's such a big name, but he is going to be in this one. And then Margot Robbie is going to be playing Harley Quinn. And you know you can't have Harley Quinn without having the Joker, right? Well, guess what? It's going to be the first time we see the Joker on the silver screen since Heath Ledger's portrayal in Christopher Nolan's 2008 The Dark Knight. And I'm telling you, I'm excited. And the person they got casted for this, you guys ready for this? Jared Leto. Jared Leto will be taking on the reins for the Joker here in this new DC comic book universe world, because this is going to be something that introduces the Joker, and then he's also going to be in, of course, other movies, whether it's the Batman standalone movies, the Justice League movies. He is now going to be the Joker in that universe. So this is huge, huge news. And, you know, I don't doubt that Jared Leto has the acting chops for this. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of who he is, but he did movies like The Panic Room, which I loved him in. Requiem for a Dream is probably my most favorite of his. And then, of course, he just recently did the Dallas Buyers Club, which won him an Oscar for supporting role. And he did little small bit roles in like American Psycho and Fight Club, but they were nothing big. This is definitely a major role for him, and I think he's going to knock it out the park. But the question is whether, you know, it's not whether or not he can do this, because he can obviously do this. He has the chops for it. But the question really is whether or not people are going to embrace his interpretation of the character. This will be the fourth time the Joker's been portrayed on the screen. The first one was Cesar Romero back in the 1966-68 series Batman, which was on television. Very cartoony, very campy, comic bookish, and it was almost like a cartoon but live action. And then, of course, you had Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker in Tim Burton's 1989 film Batman. I was 9 years old when that came out. To me, that was an awesome movie. I love Jack Nicholson's portrayal of the Joker. I still do. To me, that was the bar that Heath Ledger had to measure up to. And then, of course, Heath Ledger came out in 2008 with The Dark Knight. And, you know, he took that role and just ran with it. And instead of having the comic bookish, campy Joker, which he still had some of that in his mannerisms, he was a lot more sadistic. You see more of his killer, insane side, and people were just not ready for that, and they were just blown their socks off, and they were like, wow, this is great. And I really, really enjoyed Heath Ledger's performance. And if if you have to ask me to pick one, it would definitely be Heath Ledger's, but Jack Nicholson is definitely a close second. So, you know, Jared Leto has some big shoes to fill here. Is he going to take what Heath Ledger did and build upon that and make it the same character? You know, really curious to see what he does, because people are still kind of fresh with Heath Ledger's performance. Unfortunately, he passed away, and we weren't able to see any more of his Joker in the movies. So it's going to be really awesome to see what Jared Leto does to make the character his own. But at the same time, you know, DC probably has their idea of what the Joker should be in their universe. Now that, you know, they're going to be putting him in all these movies, he's going to be the Joker, you know, the writing and all that's going to come into play. So I'm really curious to see what they do with the Joker. You know who I always thought would have been a cool Joker? His name is Reese Wakefield, if I'm not mistaken. He was in The Purge, the first one, and he was awesome, I think, in that movie, and I thought his character in there had a lot of similarities to the Joker. He would have been a cool cast for that. But anyway, I think Jared Leto will be fine. But my question to you is, do you think Jared Leto will be a good Joker in this new DC universe? Let me know in the comment section below. Guys, I hope you're enjoying these commentaries. I hope you're enjoying the gameplays and all that. We're going to have a lot of fun with this series. Thanks for everything. I'm having fun with it. You know, throw some likes up there for me. I appreciate it all, guys. And I'm out.